Many of you probably saying, "Oh, Taurean, I'm not surprised that this is the first person you're going to be talking about in your bed bucking series of videos." And you're right. He is not. And the thing is that had I started this series a long time ago, he probably wouldn't have been the first one, to be quite honest with you. But we have to talk about Stephen A. Smith. And I'm not going to say from top to bottom because that we would be here all day. And we ain't got that kind of time. We just want to get to the point and continue to move forward. I call Stephen A. for Asshole Smith the corporate bed bucking. And I say that because this guy does anything on a corporate level over at ESPN for a bag, to secure a bag, and will throw any and every black man, especially if they're an athlete, under the bus if he has to do that. Remember, this is the same guy that tweeted out a while back that he wakes up every morning just thinking about going to do Master's bidding. As long as he continues to get paid millions of dollars to do it, he'll continue to do it. Like, he actually said that either out of his mouth or on a tweet, which he is known to thrive on. And he's done this for so long. To my knowledge, when he first started out, he didn't used to be like this, but then over time he was. Then of course, you know, he got into that incident with Michelle Beadle, and he almost got that major pink slip that almost sent him on his way, sent him packing. But then he had to get himself together, and then he came back, and then that's when the bed buckinisms within him kicked up and revved up to high gear, to levels that I don't think even he knew he could reach. Yet here we are. But one of the major reasons we're talking about Stephen A. Smith is because of the way that he's been coming at Kyrie Irving lately. Now, as we know, Kyrie Irving has been very outspoken about when it comes to, you know what I mean. Y'all follow the stories, y'all read the articles and whatnot, and you know about what he says and everything like that. But Stephen A. Smith, it seems like he's like the Terminator. Whenever he is locked onto a target, he stops at nothing until he eliminates or tries to eliminate his target. And if he can't eliminate his target, he'll keep on going until he feels he's done talking about them, and then he moves on to the next target, which is usually another black athlete. We've seen him do this so many times, over and over and over again, but Kyrie Irving is his latest. So we know how Kyrie Irving's stance is on the thing. Then you had Stephen A. Smith always talking about, you play for the Brooklyn Nets. Like, that's how he always be talking. You play for the Brooklyn Nets. You got to think of your team, man. This is not a one-man show, Kyrie Irving. And then, he always talks like that and always try to make it seem like he's the biggest fan. This is what he do. He always tries to pretend like he's the biggest fan of these black athletes just so he can have a reason to go in on them. That's not being a fan. That's not even constructive criticism at that point. That's just taunting and bullying at this point. So he continues to go in on Kyrie Irving over and over and over again about getting the thing. And Kyrie Irving basically gives his reason as to why he doesn't want to get it and all types of stuff like that. Respect his decision. If he doesn't play, he doesn't play. But that's not enough for Stephen A. for Asshole Smith. And what ends up happening months down the line after he continuously goes in on Kyrie Irving, he announces that he ended up catching WUVID. Now, the irony of that is that Kyrie Irving, to our knowledge, has never caught WUVID, and he has never taken the thing. Now, Stephen A. Smith, as far as we know, has taken the thing, and he caught WUVID after the fact. So you would think that would actually get him to stop talking, right? Wrong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this audio that got posted by Stephen A. Smith on his Twitter account recently. And this was after he had announced that he had WUVID. So I'm going to play this for you. It's a 2-minute and 4-second clip. The title reads, "This is a disgraceful decision by the Brooklyn Nets. Stephen A. Smith on the Nets bringing back Kyrie Irving as a part-time player."
This is a disgraceful decision by the Brooklyn Nets. Absolutely disgraceful. I don't give a damn what anybody says. The NBA considers itself a global league, right? And we are in a global pandemic. A global pandemic that is far more serious than any sort of temporary roster crunch the Brooklyn Nets find themselves to be in. So this is cowardice on the part of the Nets as far as I'm concerned. The Nets have the #1 seed in the East. See a few players go down, and you do this. Now, as COVID is ramping back up, as the Omicron variant is spreading like wildfire, I couldn't be more disappointed in the Brooklyn Nets. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If it was up to me, the NBA would invoke its best interest of the league clause and absolutely mandate that every single player be vaccinated, just like many companies around the world have done, including the one that employs me, to be clear. But this isn't even about that. This is about Kyrie Irving specifically. Because Kyrie Irving is the last player to make a concession for. Hell, he's the last player I'd give a long-term contract to at this point. For all of Kyrie's talents, it's insanity to sign this man to anything more than a one-season deal. Because you can't count on him. He's proven it time and time again. Kyrie Irving only looks out for himself. He thinks he's better than everybody else, more enlightened than everybody else. This is the player who goes out of his way almost every single year not to play, while still taking every paycheck that he can get his hands on. And now you do this, you give in to him? Come on. Because your roster depth took a hit? I'm sorry. I'm not buying it at all. Allowing Kyrie Irving back is nothing more than a short-term answer that creates an even bigger long-term problem. And that problem is Kyrie and what concessions he'll demand next. You just wait and see. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Kyrie Irving's been in the league for 10 years. He's played more than 60 games 4 times. Keep that in mind. Remember I said that. Just so you know.
Okay, so y'all heard that. Oh, my God. Y'all should have saw how he was looking when he was doing the video. Like, he was up there doing the finger pointing thing, the grabbing of the air thing like a woman would do, especially a black woman would do. You know, the thing where she puts it, when she talks with her finger and when she grabs the air and everything like that, just talking with a bunch of sass. You know who else does that? Roland Martin. He does that a lot. I can't stand that. But he was doing that in this video. He went from talking about the Brooklyn Nets as a league, trying to call out the NBA, and then went right into a whole 1.5 minute rant about Kyrie Irving. That's what I'm talking about. Where was all of this when Aaron Rodgers did what he did? We had to get on Stephen A. Smith's receding hairline, knock it back a few more inches in order for him to even utter a word in the same tone as he talks about Kyrie Irving. And he doesn't talk about Aaron Rodgers anymore and goes right back to Kyrie Irving in the same tone. Stephen A. Smith, you may or may not hear this, but this is exactly what we was talking about. You can't help yourself. Whenever it comes to dealing with black players, black men, and black athletes in particular, you have a certain tone in which you talk to them. And it's almost like a talk down instead of a talking to, or talking up to it. It's a very condescending tone. And the thing is, we understand that you might be a fan of the Brooklyn Nets, and it is what it is. But at the same time, pipe down. You act like you have a stake in this team. You act like you have co-ownership of this team. Stephen A. Smith, the only thing you own, well, you may not even own that, is the seat at the desk that you sit in at over at ESPN. And like I said, he probably doesn't own that. Okay, you probably own the suits that you wear. That's about it. Because ESPN could get rid of you. And the day that comes, that will be the day. We all can't wait for that. Because you already know what I'm going to do when that happens. But yeah, this is like I said, this is like a brief examination of what I call the corporate bedbucking. And it's the first entry into the series. Trust and believe there's going to be some more. But I had to talk about him just based off of this audio alone. Keep in mind, this audio was released after he announced that he had wooed it. But he had enough strength to get up onto his green screen and blast Kyrie Irving because the NBA is bringing him back as a part-time player. See, here's the thing. Stephen A. Smith feels if he barks loud enough and he's the loudest person in the room, everyone's going to just fall at his feet and just go to every beck and call that he gives. No, that's not the case. You're nothing more than a walking court jester who is probably not even the best court jester in the room. You're probably just one of the loudest. And he's upset that the NBA is allowing Kyrie Irving to play part-time. He doesn't want Kyrie Irving there at all. He said if he had it his way, in so many words, he would fire Kyrie and probably make sure that Kyrie never played in the NBA again. That's probably all the more reason why you don't need any ownership of anything related to the NBA. Because not only would Kyrie Irving be at his career be at stake, but so would other black players. Because like I said, this isn't the first ride of the rodeo for Stephen A. Smith when it comes to black players and his criticisms of them. And not even just on the Brooklyn Nets. I can't count how many black athletes he has gone in on and not in a very fair assessment either. And in them comment sections, they going in on Stephen A. Smith. He talking about, I don't give a damn. You do. That's the thing. Stephen A. Smith can say he don't give a damn about this and he don't give a damn about this. He cares about what people think about him. He does. Because if he didn't, he would not get on his soapbox and go on all these pointless, meaningless rants all the time when it comes to people like Kyrie Irving. And he's probably upset that Kyrie Irving is not barking back at him. And that's making him even more pissed. Because he wants confrontation. He loves drama. He loves conflict. And because he's not getting it back in return from the person that he's dishing out to, that's making him even more hostile. Oh well. But that pretty much concludes this video. Like I said, this is me examining the corporate BedbucKKKen. And that honor definitely, or should I say that dishonor, goes to Stephen A. for Asshole Smith.